When we do Kundli matching, when we match two people's horoscopes, basically this is all we are doing. We take the varna, vashya, yoni, gana, nadi, and rashi, and nakshatra, and main governing planet, graha, also known as tara. I think tara is nakshatra actually. Of the prospective groom, and we take the same of the prospective bride. And then against each, we receive a certain mark. And if that, the total, I think you might say it's 36, right? Three, you've done it total? Okay. So total is 36. And we then say if there is a match beyond 28, it's excellent. Below that, it is this. If it's below 16 and a half, it's going to be really a difficult marriage if it remains that is. Now, varna of a person is basically what kind of work or natural trait they have for which line of work. In fact, Krishna also says, Karmani pravibhaktani svabhav prabhair guna. That in the human race, we are divided based on our karma. Some people are naturally more intellectual. Some people enjoy outdoor activities more. Some people are physically stronger, and so on. And your vashya is attraction. What are you generally attracted to? Will two people be attracted to each other? And we'll get to that in a moment because this is part of your astrological detail, the chart. That's why I'm going over this. And this Tara, which is nakshatra, at number 7, if you see, this is comfort. And together, will they match each other? Comfort, health, and prosperity, and so on. And then you have yoni, which is intimacy. What kind of tendencies they have when it comes to being intimate with each other. If they have similar tendencies, there is going to be that aspect of their married life is going to be fulfilling. If they have widely different tendencies, they will constantly be challenging each other. And gana is temperament. And nadi, it's very interesting. Nadi is progeny, basically your lineage in a way, or when you don't know the gotra. For example, if somebody's varna is Brahmin, if they get married and there is a nadi dosha, which means the nadis don't match, they should not have the kind of same nadi, then the probability of having a child of mediocre mind or brain is very high. One of the reasons why intercaste marriages are so good or inter-religion marriages are even better, because you kind of produce a new gene. When genes keep on circulating between the same caste or same kind of thinking, eventually the mental level comes down. And it is often noted wherever there is marriage allowed in close relationships, their children with Down syndrome are more when they are born. That probability goes up a lot because nature needs to mix up to grow, to evolve, and so on. So I think I've covered This sign is basically their constructive abilities, and as a couple, I should say, and society. How they are. For example, ascendant sign, your lagna, is how you actually are. That is your identity. Your moon sign, your Janma Rashi, is how you will portray yourself to be in the public when you're out there in the society. Similarly, in this sign here, Bakut matching, if it gains a good mark as a couple, they would be really good in the society. They would be able to protect each other, they would be able to love each other. But if this is not a match, then the husband might be yelling at the wife in public, and the wife might be hitting the husband in public, or things like that. And they will be going to their friends, she is like this, he is like that, those stories. So they would really have their laundry out um, in the public, and not understand that if they do that, ultimately it's only going to harm them. No couple has ever gained in the society, in the world, by downplaying their spouse's role. If you're together, be together gracefully. If it's not working out, call it quits and move on. If you're going to highlight their shortcomings in the world, it's not going to accomplish anything. You'll only build up more grudges, more resentment, and so on. So if this here is a good match, they will protect each other. Because everybody has problems, everybody has issues, everybody has shortcomings. It doesn't mean we have to go announce, go keep on advertising them and so on. They'll be good as a couple. And the final thing that's left is graha. If two planets, if their ascendant sign planets or moon sign are friends with each other, we have not got to that level of detail yet. What does it mean when I say planets, are they friends with each other or not? But if they are, if it's a good mark, then there will also be friendship between them. And the most happy couples are those who have a level of friendship. With friends, we are not judged. We can speak our mind without fearing what they will think of us. We can joke, and even if somebody takes seriously, you can say, hey, don't worry, I didn't mean it, and so on, and you move on. So for anybody to be lovable, they have to be likable. If somebody is not likable, they won't be lovable. It's very hard to love somebody if you don't like them. So friendship means there is likability between the two people. The trouble comes when we take these measures and look at two horoscopes and say, now it's not matching. This is doomed to fail. There is a kind of marriage in Vedic literature. It's called Gandharva Vivah, which means love, marriage. Now, repeatedly, in fact, so many times, even in Panchangam, every year they mention this. If it's a love marriage, you are not allowed to match the horoscopes. Because Gandharvas belong to a certain culture. And Gandharva Veda, remember, was one of the Upavedas. They were very well respected in the society. So if it's a love marriage, they say, don't match the horoscopes. Let two people marry and let them learn their own lessons. They are not going to listen to you anyway. So the worst one can do is when two people feel they want to get married, that we get the horoscopes out and say, sorry, you only got 15 points. This marriage is not happening. This is completely not only unnecessary, this is against the scriptures. If they've decided, jab Miyan Bibi razi, to kya karega Qazi? If they've decided, let them do it. They're not listening. They're already married, actually. They're just formalizing the relationship. So all these things are there so you understand compatibility better, as opposed to using this to make decisions. That shows ignorance. I remember when my Purvashram's brother Rajan was to get married, he fell in love with a beautiful girl. She belonged to a Sikh family. And so Matarani and Vidashri said, Vidashri is very liberal. He was okay from day one. He actually didn't say anything. Matarani said, is it okay? I said, yes, perfectly fine. It's in fact better. She said, should we match the horoscopes? I said, absolutely not. She said, okay. That was that. And there was some resistance from the other side, from the girl's side, because they wanted to marry in the same religion. But when they met and everything was okay, there is so much love, there's never been any major breakdown, no major issue, no major argument. And if at that time, for example, had I gone with the idea that no, match their horoscopes, or this narrow thinking is the sign of ignorance. And just remember, it does not suit an educated mind. In fact, I call her PB, short for, like, her name, original name was Pooja Bindra or Pooja Bhabi. So when she got married, the first day she came, my father gave her a sum of money. We were all very surprised. He's not usually known to part with his money easily. So he gave her a decent sum of money, and he said to her in Punjabi, and I will tell you what it meant in English. He said, Betty, do you want me to bring you a picture of any of the gurus or Guru Granth Sahib or any Sukhmani Sahib or anything you do your normal prayers? Because she belonged to the Sikh family, he said, don't think that this is your religion now. You practice whatever you like. Do you want me to bring you a picture so you can keep it at your altar? And it was such a small gesture, and they've been married for like 17 years now. Till date, she remembers it. She forgot the money bit, but she remembers the picture of the guru bit. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Maya adhakshen prakritihi suyat se characharan hetu nane nakante jagatavi parivartate. मेरी अध्यक्षता में समस्त प्रकृति चल रही है. The whole creation is thriving at my instruction, at my mere sankalpa. I am the controller, he says. And even in Lalita Sahasranama, there is a word, Anek Koti Brahmand Janani Divya Vigraha. Unmesh Nimesh Utpanna Vipunna Bhavanavali. That in the blink of an eye, Mother Divine creates and destroys millions of universes. Anek Koti Brahmand Janani Divya Vigraha. If your faith is strong, none of this matters at all. Because when your faith is strong, that's not to say everything will work out in your life. That is simply to say you're okay. You are not turning your pain into your suffering. Your dard is not becoming your dukha. When you are not okay with that basic fact of life, then we go searching for answers. At least by the end of this camp, you will never go to another astrologer. Really, that